Leon was very unhappy about Roswitha's joke. He realized that she had already begun to launch an attack on him. He must find a way to retaliate. He frowned and silently said in his heart, "Roswitha has already started to find ways to seduce me. I cannot fall behind either." When Roswitha's attention was still on the fireworks, Leon secretly reached his hand behind her. His eyes were fixed tightly on her tail. He plans to grab her tail. Just as Leon was about to gently pull Roswitha's tail towards him, Roswitha turned her head and noticed Leon's movements. Seeing that Roswitha's gaze had shifted from fireworks to him, Leon suddenly became a little nervous. He didn't expect Roswitha to discover what he wanted to do so quickly. He feels a bit embarrassed about the current situation. Roswitha was very angry about Leon's sneaky little movements. She frowned and looked at him with an unhappy expression, saying to him, "What are you doing?" Leon grabbed Roswitha's tail with one hand and awkwardly smiled at her. In order to avoid him being in a passive state all the time, he also needs to find a way to launch an attack on Roswitha. Since she has discovered it now, he cannot continue to do things secretly. He quickly came up with a reason and explained it to her. "Wife, though I can't hold your hand to enjoy this beautiful moment under the stars, I can still hold your tail, right?" However, Roswitha did not want Leon to hold onto her tail all the time. She showed a very angry expression and said to him very seriously, "Release my tail." Roswitha quickly reached out her hand, trying to retrieve her tail from Leon's hand. However, how could Leon let Roswitha easily grab her tail? He immediately held her tail tightly in his arms. He closed his eyes and said to her in a casual tone, "No." Roswitha only caught the hot spring water and couldn't catch her tail. She felt very unhappy about Leon's behavior. "Leon, you." Leon is very familiar with the tail of Roswitha. He silently said in his heart, "The tail is an extremely sensitive part of Roswitha's body. She's going to lose." Then, Leon skillfully rubbed Roswitha's tail and searched for sensitive spots on her tail. He touched all parts of her tail, as if playing with his favorite toy. Due to Leon constantly touching her tail, Roswitha felt a strange sensation transmitted from her tail to her body. This feeling made her unable to resist the urge to immerse herself, as if to trigger a certain emotion in her body. She couldn't help but let out a gasp. "Ah!" Her body trembled slightly due to this feeling. She closed her eyes, lifted her head, and slightly twisted her body. Her cheeks were tinged with a slight blush. Due to her actions, a splash of water rose from the hot spring pool. Roswitha panted softly, struggling to contain her emotions and prevent an outburst. She tightly clenched her fist and sneakily glanced at Leon. He knew that Leon's current behavior was meant to stimulate her inner desires, causing her to fail in this challenge. However, she won't just let him continue doing this. She quickly thought about ways to deal with this situation. She silently said in her heart, "Is this guy trying to force me to take the initiative? In that case..." After her emotions calmed down, Roswitha extended her hand towards Leon. She forced a smile and said to him with a slightly red face, "What's wrong with holding my hand and enjoying fireworks? Come on, hold my hand, darling." Upon hearing what Roswitha said, Leon slightly opened his mouth, feeling very surprised. His cheeks instantly turned red. He didn't expect her to come up with another way to attack him based on the current situation. He stuttered and said, I." Faced with Roswitha's invitation, his heart pounded wildly. He silently said in his heart, "Just holding hands, why is my heart pounding?" This small ambiguous attack, Leon reached out his hand and gently caught Roswitha's slender and slightly icy hand. Then, Leon tightly grasped Roswitha's hand and interlocked his fingers with hers. "I can't resist at all." Leon felt his head dizzy. He couldn't resist such a strong attack from Roswitha, although he simply held hands with her and didn't do anything else. However, this action made his inner emotions extremely excited. The blush on his cheeks and the constantly accelerating heartbeat are the best proof. Noticing that Leon's heart had begun to waver, Roswitha decided to continue launching an attack on Leon. She slowly leaned into his ear and whispered to him, "Don't hold on. Let the dragon mark light up quickly and end this agonizing challenge. This is good for you. Good for me." After listening to Roswitha's words, Leon's face turned even redder. He is about to lose control of his inner desires. Leon thought that he could no longer be guided by Roswitha like this. He needs to continue to fight back against her. He silently said in his heart, "Damn it, I won't let myself be charmed by her." He quickly reached his hand into the hot spring and wrapped his arms around Roswitha's waist. Leon gently exerted force on his hand, bringing him closer to Roswitha. Roswitha's twin peaks hit Leon's chest and made a slight sound of water. Leon clung tightly to her body, seemingly indifferent to this detail. Since she has already started tempting him, he also wants to use the same method to make her fall into her emotions. He stared into her eyes and said to her, "You're right. It's not easy to endure. But you are also trying your best to restrain yourself, aren't you?" Leon slowly approached Roswitha's face and looked at her lips. Roswitha slightly widened her eyes. She stared blankly at Leon, surprised by her behavior. At this moment, dragon marks appeared on their chests simultaneously. The purple dragon mark emits a dazzling light, as if expressing their intense emotions and desires at this moment. Suddenly, the dragon marks on their bodies dimmed once again, as if mirroring the gradual calming of their inner emotions and desires. Their dragon marks are sometimes bright and sometimes dark, as if they are out of control. Dragon mark is the switch of desire. When the switch fails, desires will naturally no longer be controlled. Leon and Roswitha could feel their body temperature gradually rising. They kept exhaling hot air and slowly approached each other. At this moment, the lips of Leon and Roswitha lightly touched each other. Leon gently hugged the back of Roswitha's head and deepened the kiss. Roswitha placed her hand on his waist and enjoyed the kiss. Behind them, fireworks quickly rose into the sky as if they had seized the opportunity, and bloomed even more beautiful colors than before. The colorful fireworks are like celebrating for them. However, Leon and Roswitha were already immersed in the current atmosphere and could no longer hear any sound. Under the glow of fireworks, Leon and Roswitha shared their first kiss of the evening.
Hi! Pineapple has a good news to tell you. My app Lullaby can now be downloaded on the App Store and Google Play. You can search for Lullaby Light Novel in the search bar to find the app. After downloading the app, you can read our exclusive novels and comics more easily on your mobile phone. If you are interested, you can download Lullaby from the App Store and Google Play.